In order to achieve real-life costumes for certain characters, the actors are used to having CGI do the work for them. We often see really specific and unique costumes that make us question how it was made. Well, CGI deserves a big round of applause for that, resulting in some truly breathtaking results, bringing certain characters to life. So today we're gonna talk about the 10 actors' costumes that weren't real. Let's get started. Number 10. Davy Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean.
If you stab my heart, yours must take its place.
One of the most remembered characters from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, besides the legendary Captain Jack Sparrow, definitely was Davy Jones. The creepy villain with octopus face looks extremely real, but in reality, the entire look of Davy Jones was created with the help of CGI. The actor who plays Davy Jones was wearing little makeup around his mouth and eyes and a motion capture suit to capture all of his movements and expressions. Besides the fact that the majority of the characters in this movie were created with some sort of CGI, Davy Jones was definitely the one where the team spent a long time. Trying to get each movement and each facial expression just right was quite the challenge. But at the end, we have one legendary character that no one can forget. Number 9. Colossus Deadpool.
And wearing a red suit.
Deadpool. Negasonic, come, we have mission.
We were introduced to Colossus in the X-Men franchise, but lately we've seen him in the Deadpool movies. And even though he's obviously a CGI character, what you might have missed is that it took a total of 5 people to play Colossus. Even though it looks quite easy to put a few marks on a person and they digitally edit their entire appearance, it was tricky with Colossus since he's made from a shiny metal. That meant that every reflection had to be there. They used one tall actor, who oftentimes even walked on platforms to appear higher for his movements, one actor as a face model to create all the facial expressions, and one actor used a dialogue performer. All of this combined created what we now know as Colossus. Number 8. Barry Allen, The Flash.
The Flash is a character who is in essence, in some ways, a visual effect.
In order to make the Flash able to run or appear to run as fast as he does, a lot of CGI was used, both to the appearance of his costume as well as the blur effect it has when he runs super fast. The designers even explained that as the show grew from season to season, they found a new way to make it look even better when he runs, with enough blur and the lightning visuals and sounds. Given that The Flash is a superhero show, we did expect a good amount of CGI being used in it, but also on Barry himself. We must admit, it's the fair amount of CGI that makes him look tough and fast while keeping a comic bookish appearance. Number 7. Black Panther. Black Panther's costume might not look as complicated as it is, and in reality, Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther, already wore a pretty awesome costume on set. However, the filmmakers confirmed that the entire suit was later on replaced with CGI in pretty much every scene. This was used to give the suit the appearance it needed, like the shimmering effect of the vibranium mesh weave. In the end, this was all worth it since it gave Black Panther a completely different look from any other hero in the Marvel Universe. Till this day, it's ranked as one of the finest among several other CGI costumes seen in Civil War. Number 6. General Zod, Man of Steel. While many fans were debating whether or not he was wearing a real costume or not, at the end it was confirmed that the General Zod costume was indeed a product created with CGI. When it came to designing the costume, the designers didn't want to make him way down, so they put him in a tight garment with various colors, which the actor even said that it was quite uncomfortable and humiliating. But with that garment, they managed to get the real and true movements of the actor so they can further create the CGI costume to adjust to his movements as he walks or fights. At the end of the day, Zod's armor truly appeared real and unique compared to other costumes out there. Number 5. Avengers Endgame.
I am inevitable.
In the Avengers Endgame, there was a scene where all of the members of the Avengers had their costumes created with CGI. The Quantum Realm suits they all wore were shockingly all made with CGI. The actors ended up wearing marked tight jumpsuits that would capture all the motion, and later on the costumes would be added on. The costumes were made this way because the film's production began before the costume design team could finalize what the costumes would look like, and given that Endgame and Infinity War were shot back to back, the production didn't have any more time to lose. So for the suits, they created an elegant white design that was adjusted to each actor, and they also had to design all the other costumes in the movie as well. Number 4. Iron Man.
Where'd that come from?
It's nanotech. You like it?
We all know that it is close to impossible that Iron Man's suit is real. However, parts of the costume are, but the majority of the suit is created with CGI. The high-tech costume is definitely difficult to make, and the real versions of the suit were just a few in number and couldn't be used in every scene. With the amount of flying and fighting, digital effects had to be used and also done perfectly so that it looked like the actor was actually wearing the costume. Through the years and after many movies where we get to see Iron Man, the digital team has managed to perfect the costume and even make it more sophisticated. The only negative thing is that Robert Downey Jr. has to wear the practical outfit at all times. Number 3. HELA, THOR Ragnarok.
Okay, get up. You're in my seat.
When we were first introduced to HELA in THOR Ragnarok, we all fell in love with the costume, especially that beautiful crown on her head. While we might have guessed that the crown wasn't real, we all thought that the rest of the costume was. However, the entire thing turned out to be created with digital effects. Thanks to that, we were able to get a comic-accurate HELA. The creation of HELA's costume definitely took more than just the suit and the crown. The digital effects team had a lot on their plate with the flying cape and the glowing green energy around her. That must have taken long hours in front of the computer to finish it, but it was all worth it for sure. Number 2. Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. When it comes to the protective gear that the Dark Knight wore when he was fighting the Man of Steel, it was almost entirely made with a computer. Although he did have a version of the armor in real life, they used that only in situations where there wasn't a lot of movement from the character. For the rest of the scenes, they used a CGI costume which was made to look a lot like it was made from metal textures and gave off a real feel to it. Given that if they were to make this armor in real life, it would be quite heavy and difficult to move around in, but with the CGI one, it allowed Ben Affleck and his stunt double to do their scenes without a problem. Number 1. Spider-Man Captain America Civil War. The last and final costume on this list is Spider-Man's suit in Civil War. Even though you might think that Spider-Man's costume is quite easy, just like the Black Panther's costume, this one was also altered to make it look as real as possible. Also, they've decided that it was easier to make a digital version of it since in the movie, we only see Spider-Man appear during the airport showdown scene. Rather than spending a long time creating the costume in real life, with CGI they managed to cut the creating time in half and even add the perfect details to his eyepieces. On a related note, we wanted to know, which other actors' costumes do you know were not real? Let us know in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more amazing videos such as this one, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.